Patrick Johnson, and as Yasmin stated, I'm the procurement director here at Montgomery College. I've been at the college for quite a few years. Prior to working at the college, I did the same sort of work at Prince George's County government. Normally, we have a comprehensive procurement presentation. However, given the limited amount of time we have at this event, I just wanted to give everyone a summary of the Office of Procurement. And I wanted to start off with some helpful information. Even though the college has 3 campuses throughout Montgomery County, along with a few off-site locations, our procurement function is centralized. Means everything comes through our office located in Rockville, Maryland. We have an annual spend goal with minority vendors of 15%. For the most part, we always exceed that goal. There have been some lean years in the past, but for the most part, we achieve that 15% goal. Bid opportunities. Whenever we issue a solicitation, all of those bid opportunities are posted on the college's procurement website, Montgomery County's Minority Female Owned and Disabled Program website, and Maryland State's e-procurement website, other known as EMA. Our purchases are based on thresholds, and we have 3. The first is anything up to $10,000, we consider that an open market purchase, which means we can go to whoever we choose or whoever the requester chooses, and we make that purchase directly with that particular vendor. The second threshold is $10,001 to $25,000. In this case, we have to receive at least 3 quotes from 3 different vendors, and we typically award a purchase to the vendor with the lowest responsible quote. Anything at $25,001 and above, we have to issue a formal solicitation. That solicitation involves completing a set of specifications, incorporating those into a solicitation document, and making that document available to the vendor community for a minimum number of days. Typically, it's 2 weeks. The more complex the procurement, the longer the solicitation stays on the street. We have 1 bid opportunity currently, and it's for a college-wide ticketing system. And this closes on October 19th, 2021. Procurement-related resources. Anything that you want to know about the Office of Procurement, you can find on our website. And included on the website are any upcoming bid opportunities, our existing contract listing, procurement staff contract information, commodity assignments that are assigned to each purchasing agent and manager, and then a procurement process guide on how to conduct business with the college. And that's essentially it. I'll take any questions that anybody may have, but in a nutshell, that's the procurement process of the college. We also offer one-on-one workshops with vendors where the outreach is more comprehensive. It takes longer. So if anybody's interested in participating in one-on-one workshops, please reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Yes, I know that there are probably going to be people interested in the one-on-one. So is there any way you could put, can people register for that, or how do they do that?
So yeah, normally folks register. What we do is we send out notice of a workshop in the same manner in which we would send out a solicitation, and vendors would just respond back with their RSVPs. So we'll probably be sending another one out at the beginning of the calendar year. But if there are any vendors that are interested in having one-on-one workshops prior to that, they should also reach out to me.
Okay, great. And is your contact information on the slide deck?
It is. It's on
okay, wonderful.
The first slide.
Okay, great stuff. Thank you so much for that.
Sure.
So I will be sending all the slide decks out as soon as the presentations are over, and then you'll be able to follow up with Patrick to see how you can get you registered in for one of those one-on-one sessions. Okay, all right. So let's see if we can get Pam Jones back on. Pam, if you'd like to try again to unmute yourself and share your screen, please.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, but we can't see you.
Okay, so I am going to share my screen. And let me know if once you see it.
Okay, it says it's starting. Yeah, I see that. Great.
Great.
If you want to put it in slideshow mode, or will you just be going out to different links?
No, I'm going to put it in slideshow mode. Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you.
So welcome everybody, and thank you for your patience, and thank you, Patrick, as always, for being so professional and stepping in first. Welcome everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I am Pam Jones. I'm the Division Chief of Operations for Montgomery County Government Office of Procurement. On the bottom, you'll see our general website that is here in case you need. So what I want, whoops, sorry about that. What I wanted to first go over is just some general information about Montgomery County Government Procurement, kind of who we are and what we cover. So we have two divisions. We have a Procurement Operations Division that houses all of our procurement specialists, where we procure contracts for different items. We issue the solicitations. So all of the operational aspects of procurement are housed through our operations division. Then we have a compliance division, and they are responsible for the socioeconomic programs that are implemented through the procurement process. And I will go over some of those links in a second. Our office procures for goods, services, and construction. So we encompass all three in what we contract for. We also procure for all county departments within Montgomery County government that are subject to the procurement process. Other county agencies like Montgomery County Public Schools, Montgomery College that you just heard from, and others do have their own laws. Some are from higher education, some are hybrid, and they do have their own procurement offices. So county agencies you would want to reach out to directly, but our office handles all the departments that are part of Montgomery County government. And then annually, our fiscal year spend exceeds $1 billion in those categories of goods, services, and construction. And so the next two slides are really resource slides, but information that I think is helpful, and areas where you can find that directly by going through different areas on our webpage. So for advertised solicitation opportunities, these are opportunities that are currently available. It provides the due date. And let me link on it and make sure I can still get back to the slide. Can you guys see the website?
No. No, we still see the slide deck.
PowerPoint, okay. All right, that's fine. Then I won't click on each one, but I'll go through each one directly. And then maybe at the end, if there's time, I can unshare this and then share the other screen. So the first one is advertised solicitation opportunities. You'll see different tabs for our formal solicitations, which are solicitation opportunities that are 100,000 or more. Our informal solicitations, which is anything above 10,000 but below 100,000. And then you'll also see open solicitations, which are solicitation opportunities that are advertised on a continuous basis. And you just, if you see an opportunity, there's no kind of end date. It's kind of like an open enrollment. It's always open. Our next link you'll see is for existing active contracts. This is a great planning tool. It also allows you to see if the area that you're company, the space your company is in, whether that's something that the county is currently contracting for or has a need for. So this is the link that will show you all of our existing contracts. At any given point, we may average anywhere from 2,500 to 2,700 active contracts. You will also be able to filter, so you can look for contracts for a specific department. You can look for contracts that are expiring at a certain time period. So a great planning tool to see contracts that may be coming up in the next year or in the next 18 months, but also kind of what departments are currently contracting for. The third bullet you'll see is compliance program summary. So this link provides you a summary of all of the different socioeconomic compliance programs that are part of our procurement process. It includes the minority female disabled subcontracting program. It includes our wage laws, both our prevailing wage for construction as well as our living wage for services contracts. It includes any local business preference programs as well as our local small business reserve program, just to name a few. The next bullet is kind of complementary. This is a compliance matrix applicability. We were always asked in the past, okay, well, if something is under your local small business reserve program, do I still have to follow the wage requirements law? Or if I'm doing the wage requirements law, how does that impact the local business preference? So this matrix was done to let you know what solicitation types at what thresholds all of these different programs intersect with. So there may be multiple compliance programs in certain stages that you will have to comply for. There may be certain instances where it's only one or a few. And that matrix kind of visualizes that for you as a business. And then future opportunities, we have what's called a projections page. And so that's the link for future opportunities, things that our departments are in the process of sending over to us or anticipating to send over to us, a time frame of when you might expect that. It's obviously, it's a living document, so it's going to change just depending on the factors, circumstances, workload, processes. But it also lets you know which ones are currently being anticipated as a local small business reserve. So it gives you a lot of insight into what we may be doing in the future, whereas the first bullet tells you what we are currently advertising as opportunities, when they close, etc. So kind of what we're doing now and what we're planning to do in the future that you can plan for. The first bullet on this page is our FAQ, frequently asked questions. This is great, especially if you are a new business or a new business doing business in the local space, or especially from Montgomery County government. And so the FAQ page, you will see a separate tab for directly that goes to FAQ. And it will just give some commonly asked questions. How do I register? What is your subcontracting program? How do I get a debriefing? So this FAQ page kind of has answers to some of the same questions you may have. The second bullet, vendor resources, it looks like it's the same link, but it is slightly different. And this is as part of our newly revamped website. We dedicated a page to kind of highlight different vendor resources, from the laws that may be applicable to our process to a vendor pocket guide that basically walks you through how to do business with the county. So you'll find a lot of rich information here on this vendor resources tab. You will see ones that are applicable to if you're more new in the space, as well as resources if you're existing business or having done business with the county before. And then the last bullet here is our proposed awards listing. So if you have applied for something, or if you want to know, hey, who's being awarded this, maybe I want to reach out to this vendor. Our proposed awardees listing tells you who we are anticipating on making a solicitation award to for something that has been advertised. So these are all of the different links. The last page is really questions, but let me first see if I can quickly at least pull up our website just to give you a visual. So let me re-share the screen and go to our website. Okay, now let me know if you see our webpage.
Yes, says solicitations and contracts.
Yes. So if you see the little house, this is our main homepage. You'll see, if you haven't visited us in a while, that we did move a location still within the Rockville core, but a new address and parking circumstances. You will see a solicitation tracker. So if you enter a solicitation number or description, you can see whether our award process is kind of on track by having a green. You can see if it's kind of delayed because it will have a red, or if it's kind of in between, it'll have a yellow. These are some videos that I did not mention, but you can see that we have a bunch of different videos from prior sessions that we've held. We've also done little mini 60, 90-second videos with our staff to walk you through the invitation for bid process, the request for proposal process, how to navigate our website, as well as other seminars we've done. We also do hold virtual open houses, which I didn't mention earlier, and that's done on a monthly basis. And you can register right here on our website for these virtual open houses. Sometimes they're topic specific, and sometimes they will be general. You will also see that we do post a calendar. You can view outreach events or view the full calendar. There's also any announcements here that may be applicable, the how can we help. You can also learn more about us and our staff. And then you'll see here solicitations and contracts. This is where I was referring to the different tabs of active solicitations that you can respond to. This is how you can learn about our bid tabs, our contract search, some of the direct links that I've already provided to you. This was the link where you can learn about all of the different socioeconomic programs that are applicable to our process. And this is the vendor resources page that I mentioned. If you're new, this is some good information that you might first start looking at. Here are some of our general guidelines, and then here are some additional resources. Sometimes businesses may come to us because they want to start a new business or they want assistance in a business plan. While that's not something our office directly does, it's more in the space of economic development. We've added some resources here for those of you that have that interest as well. These are some external resources. So with that, I can stop sharing, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to take them.
Thank you, Pam. That was great. Okay, now's your chance to ask your questions. You can either type it out in the chat box, or if you'd like to unmute yourself, feel free to do so now. Please do keep your questions brief and to the point, just to respect everybody's time. So I believe there was somebody who asked if they could unmute themselves in the chat box, if you'd like to do that.
Yes, how are you? Good afternoon, Pam. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm Taj Thomas with Lion Solutions, and we're an enterprise IT services solutions company. We're based out of Montgomery County. Had a question about Montgomery County procurement. Is there a local, is there a local BPA that Montgomery County uses that perhaps opportunities are being awarded internally that us vendors and suppliers may not see?
I'm sorry, say that again. So kind of like a blanket purchasing agreement?
Internal to Montgomery County, exactly.
Yes, so we do have, we actually just resolicited our local small business reserve RFP for LCATS. It's the third generation of this RFP. And this is for our technology consulting services. It's a multi-award, and it is, I think we increased it from 8 to 12, but don't quote me on the exact number. But you will see it on that contract search engine of active contracts. If you pull that up, you will see that. LCC.
Okay.
Yes, but we just recently reissued and entered into a multi-award contract. So our departments, for the most part, would be issuing task orders under that local business reserve contract series. However, we are anticipating to issue late fall, early winter. We don't have it yet, a kind of companion contract series called MCATS. It is also a IT consulting series award. That one is not local small business reserve because the types of task awards funding, we have a wide variety. And so even if you are a local small business, you're not prevented from responding to the MCATS RFP. So I would definitely look out for that opportunity. You'll see updates in the projections page. If you are registered on the projection, if you're registered with the county and you look on the projections page, you will see the commodity code or commodity codes to put in your vendor registration with the county so that you will get e-notices when there are solicitation opportunities that match what you have registered for. So you don't have to constantly keep searching, although, still keep abreast of it. But at least this way, it'll try to match you up with some of those opportunities, and you can see what the county, which code the county intends to issue that MCATS opportunity under. We also do have IT commodities, and that is going to be coming out for resolicit. I don't have a time frame right now because there's a lot of different things happening, different reprioritizations within the IT space. But that will have a little bit of a revamp to kind of bring us up to where we currently are in the market and industry. But that is more COTS, commodity-based installation and training as part of the purchase, but not really customized or a solution, but it's really more COTS oriented. And then we will also have a resolicit coming up for desktop computer modernization. This is our seat management contract. For all of our enterprise seats and licenses. And again, you will see any updates to that on our projections page, but that is another IT opportunity that will be coming up.
Thank you.
No problem. And you did ask emergency management and environmental consulting. So or someone asked, I'm sorry. So our Department of Environmental Protection does have some task order based contracts for the environmental space. So I would look at our active contracts listing to see if there's something that is within the area you may provide to see when it expires and maybe resolicited. If there are renewal periods available, that is also on our active contract search engine. So you'll be able to see if there are renewal periods left or whether it's in the last renewal. And in terms of emergency management, so our Emergency Management and Homeland Security Department does do some solicitations, but it is it's really, disaster cleanup. Some of what they have is more smaller grant-oriented contracts. They don't have a lot of procurements through our emergency management side. A lot of it's more grant-oriented, or they're teaming up for a larger regional grant, sponsored by maybe another agency.
Okay, well, thank you. We do have another question. I don't know if you can address it, Pam. I've heard that Montgomery County and Prince George's County recognizes some of each other's diversity certification. Can you share the types of certificates can be used in both counties?
So I can show you guys, let me share the screen real quick. So if you look at the link that I have on my slides, or when you get the slide.
We can't see this. Do you want to share your screen again?
Yeah, let me just click that.
And if I'd just like to remind everybody that if you're not a speaker, please mute yourself. Thank you.
Okay, so on the slide deck that I pulled up earlier, I gave a link to this page, which is all of our different compliance programs. So if you scroll down from Montgomery County under the Minority Female Disabled Owned Business Program, and you click here, you will see these are all the certifying agencies, and we have a new one here that Montgomery County government accepts. We do not self-certify businesses, but these are the 6 certifying agencies that we will accept, and we've given you their contact information as well. And so that's on the county side. So let me stop sharing so Patrick can address, or Prince George's County, I'm sorry, anyone else can address. But that's what we do for Montgomery County. Prince George's County, I'm not as familiar with their certifying acceptances, but I'm sure they would similarly have it posted on their website as well.
Okay, great. Thanks so much. That was great. Thank you for all those useful links. And as I said earlier, they'll be in the slide deck that I'm emailing out to you shortly. All right, now over to our next speaker. And we have two. We have Jessica Lewis, who's the Director of Procurement at City of Rockville. And we have Pat Ryan, who's the Principal Buyer. If you'd like to, oh, there you go. You're ahead of me. All right, well, you guys can go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Okay.
Yay. Hi. Thank you, everybody. Oh, that muting and unmuting. Thank you so much. I'm Pat Ryan, and you just heard my wonderful boss, Jessica Lewis's voice. We just want to say thank you so much, Yasmin, for being such an enthusiastic host and for spearheading this event. And I love joining with, we love joining with our fellow jurisdictions, and we miss seeing you guys in person. But more than that, we want to say thank you to all the businesses listening today. I mean, it's a big commitment taking this time out, and we recognize that, and we really appreciate your time. And we are anxious to tell you about how to do business, of course, here in Maryland and here in Montgomery County, but specifically here in the city of Rockville. So what do we buy? So first, just a little bit of background. So the city of Rockville, Maryland, we are the county seat for Montgomery County, but we are a separate jurisdiction from Montgomery County. So you heard from Pam, and Montgomery County procures about 1 billion, B like boy, which is, we call that real money. The city of Rockville procures around 70 million a year. And these just give you some ideas here. Lots, there's a swim center, there's lots of the fire hydrant has to do with various water treatment and sewer related items. We've got lots and lots of playgrounds. The thing at the bottom there with the peaks is road salt. Always, we're going into road salt season here. And of course, our pupsters, we love our the dogs and their related items. So those are just kind of a heads up on the kinds of things that the city buys. This is how to find us. This is our main website, and I'm going to go through these next 3 slides quick as a bunny. They are, how to find us. You can go and search procurement. You can go and search by department directory, also by procurement. If you go to procurement, of course, bids, and then we also have a vendor guide, vendor registration. You can learn about that. And then we do have a very short, much like Pam mentioned for the city, for Montgomery County, we do have a very short, it's about 6-minute, how to respond to a city solicitation video, which I think is helpful. So just a recap, the city's solicitations are posted on our own website. They are also posted on eMaryland Marketplace. So if there's one thing one takeaway point from today, register on Emma or eMaryland Marketplace. The other thing is we do have a procurement forecast, which I encourage you to take a look at. There's the link below there. It's a wonderful tool, much like Pam mentioned about the tools. And you can reach out to those folks to say, hey, is this still on target for this date? Because there are dates, there's, estimated dollar amounts and that kind of thing, and what the items are. So I really encourage you to take a look at that. So just a couple of helpful suggestions. So when in looking at a City of Rockville solicitation, or really any solicitation, keep track of all the dates. So really and truly, if you have a chance to ask questions, if there is a questions are due by such and such a date, you definitely want to reach out and ask questions by that due date. If there is a pre-bid meeting, attend it. That's all I can say. And then one thing you can ask, and this is part of the question process, if it's a brand new solicitation, this isn't going to work. But if this is a rebid of a current solicitation, then you can say, hey, what was the awarding information the last time this was bid? You absolutely have that right. So I encourage you, ask questions, keep track of the deadlines. Of course, the due date and time is very important. The other thing is references. My goodness, make sure all of your references are current, and make sure that your reference folks know that they are being used as references for you. And I think I think that's good. I mean, we just reached out to a reference, and that jurisdiction can't give references. So it's like, okay, so, obviously the company, the vendor didn't reach out to his jurisdiction to ask about that. So make sure you've got accurate email, telephone number, and contact information. That is very, very important. And then we mentioned the procurement forecast just a few minutes ago. So definitely keep track of that for the, make sure that the timing is still the same, or, you're welcome to reach out to the people that are listed there and say, is this still good, or have things shifted, or what's, any updates.
And Pat, I wanted to jump in just to give a few points. So as Pat mentioned, when reading the solicitation, keeping track of those dates and deadlines are very important because with our formal solicitation process, if we say a bid is due October 15th at 2 p.m., that's when it's due. So a minute over, we cannot accept those bids or deadlines for asking questions. So just please be sure to stick to those dates and those deadlines. Attending the pre-bid meetings. We also encourage our vendors, our local vendors, our minority vendors, all vendors to attend the pre-bid meeting if it's made available. So this gives vendors an opportunity to, if they want to interact with other companies, potentially partner, this would be a good opportunity to do that. Also asking questions. So if you feel like there's more clarification that you need as it relates to a project that's going to help you bid, we welcome those questions. If you feel like something seems off or something seems restrictive, we want to know that. So please be free, and we welcome questions that you may have during the solicitation process. And also obtaining prior award information. So this can be done if we have a rebid that we're doing and there's already a contract currently in place or that was in place for a particular good or service, you can submit a MPIA, a Maryland Public Information Act request to us, and we can get that information to you. It's public information. So just wanted to touch on some of those points. So back to you, Pat.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Jessica. Perfect. So the other thing we wanted to mention was if you have a publicly let contract that your company has been awarded, you can certainly let other jurisdictions know about it, because that is a great marketing tool. A lot of times there's something called ride, utilize, or piggyback. I don't know if you're familiar with those terms, but that is a great way to let other jurisdictions know that you've got masonry services awarded from, XYZ county. So that is a wonderful marketing tool. And then we encourage you to ask. So you may talk to procurement people, right? Or you may actually talk to the actual department. One thing that we encourage you to do is to say, whoever you speak with, what is the procurement path? Because everybody's going to be, and we've heard about thresholds earlier today. There are different thresholds depending on what's, what the dollar amount is. And there could be slightly different procurement paths. So asking whoever you're speaking with, if they say, hey, we're really interested in you or your company or your product, then saying, hey, what's the procurement path? What's the next step? Definitely ask those questions. I think that's very important. And then we do have the city's MFD, which we heard from Montgomery County. MFD stands for Minority Female Disabled. And that the city of Rockville has an outreach program. And I won't read all of this to you guys, but I mean, the main thing is, I guess my takeaway from this slide is we do provide one-on-one technical assistance for MFD businesses, or really any businesses, including veteran businesses. But we are happy to do that. And all you have to do is email me, and I'm going to give you in just a minute here, you'll see my email address, and we would welcome a chance to talk with you. I think right now it's going to be virtual, but I'm able to do that. So we would welcome a chance to do that. So if there is, I'll go right to our last slide here, which is all of the folks. This is Jessica Lewis there at the top. We're happy to take any questions here in just a minute, but you can see the yellow highlighting there. That's my contact information. Call or email me, and we'll set up a time when we can do a one-on-one technical assistance and figure out where your company is. Are you registered on eMaryland or not, or whatever you need to do. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. And thank you, Pat. That was great. Very useful. And we do have a couple of questions for you. Sure. So first question is, how do we submit new innovation products or purchase? So I guess I'm not sure if that means like new inventions or new ideas. Not sure if you'd like to elaborate on that question. And while we wait on that, do you have any procedures for submitting unsolicited proposals?
So I can answer both of those questions. So right now we're in the process of implementing a vendor collaboration portal where vendors will have the opportunity to submit new ideas or new innovative projects that they're working on to the city. As of now, you can just email us your information, but we are looking to later this fall implement that vendor collaboration portal, so that will be made available to all vendors via our website. And the question about the unsolicited proposals, there is a process for that, and vendors can submit if they have a new idea or an innovative idea that they want to propose to the city. They can provide a proposal, and then the city goes through an internal process to determine if the proposal can be accepted based on the information provided, or if the city, if it's in the best interest to follow an actual solicitation process. So we do have a procedure for that.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. There's all the questions that we have for the City of Rockville. Of course, if you think of any further on in the presentations, feel free to type them out in the chat box. So thank you for sharing your screen. We'll now go over to our final speaker, who is Nadia Clute. She is a business counselor at Maryland Small Business Development Center, and she specializes in Montgomery County. Hello, Nadia.
Hi, good afternoon. Let me just quickly share my screen. All right, can you all see it?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. So my name is Nadia. I'm one of the consultants for the Small Business Development Center. Just to give you guys a little bit of background about the organization, we provide training, counseling, and technical assistance. As far as training, we provide core topics such as business registration, minority certification, specialty topics, and all of our trainings at this point are 100% virtual. The second part is counseling, which we do it through an assessment. And we also do business plan, marketing plan, and we covered other topics during the one-on-one counseling sessions. In regards to technical assistance, we can assist you with loan packaging, 8A certification application, any of the Maryland Department of Transportation, MBE, DBE application, government procurement, market research, and we can do a third-party review of business plan. That is just to highlight some of the services that we offer. So the Maryland SBDC is committed to servicing our clients while maintaining, at this point, a safe environment. That's why all of the consulting is done virtually at this point. You can visit our website, marylandsbdc.org, to learn more about trainings and how to connect with a consultant in your county. I see that there are individuals from different counties, so please do know that we have consultants throughout the state. You are assigned to based on the location of yourself or your business, whichever one is more convenient for you, and we are happy to help you. As far as myself, I am a bilingual business consultant for Maryland SBDC. As it was mentioned at the beginning, I focus on all the businesses that are located in Montgomery County. I have over 10 years of experience working with the small businesses in regards to administrations, operations, accounting, financing, employee recruitment, human resource, and have been assisting on one-on-one with the small businesses on being able to obtain some sort of minority certification through the county, state, or SBA level. I provide supports to pre-venture business stage, ready to open, and existing businesses who are looking to explore other revenue streams, which one of them would be government contracting. At the same time, I am the lead of the Hispanic Business Center. So if there are any needs that you might have in Spanish, I'm more than happy to help you with. As far as the consultants that are available for Montgomery County right now, there are two. So it is myself as the bilingual business consultant, and you have all my contact information here. And then we also have Mrs. Maricela Villamil, who she is the lead of the Hispanic clients and she will be able to help in the same areas that I have mentioned when it comes to minority certification, government contracting, reviewing your capability statement, just to name a few. So I encourage you to visit our website, as that is where you can get information about our training and upcoming events. All of the services that we offer in regards to consulting are completely free. So a lot of clients don't know or might not be taking advantage of that. So please do know that all of the services are for free. We can share with you different local resource partners. We also spotlight and highlight success stories from our clients. So we have clients who have been able to get into government contracting, minority certification, being able to get into 8A and being awarded a project. So we spotlight and highlight those clients through our website and different marketing material. At the same time, we do have special programs that have to do with restaurant, retail, e-commerce. We have a specialized consultant in some of those specific areas. So in regards to preparing for government contracting, it is very important for you, if you're just trying to get into this field, to identify your NAICS code. This is the NAICS code that identifies your business with the specific industries, like if you're in construction or if you're in cybersecurity. This is a one place that you need to stop and identify the NAICS codes. This NAICS code is linked to all of the different certifications that you will be able to obtain for your business. The second step is to ensure that you obtain your DUNS number, as when you sign up for any of the government or SBA minority certification, that is one of the pieces of information that you will need to provide for your business. And last but not least, I am sharing here the link on for you to be able to register on the SAM database. As far as federal certifications, we are able to provide you assistance, one-on-one assistance on how to obtain these different minority certification, which range from women-owned small business, economically disadvantaged women-owned small business, veteran-owned small business, the 8A program, as well as the Hubzone. I am sharing here in the slide, and you guys are going to have a copy of it as to how you can apply for these certifications for any of the companies that might not have this yet, or how to get some help and assistance. In addition, there is the Department of Veteran Affairs, and then you can obtain some additional certification as a veteran. Furthermore, if you look through our training calendar, we do different trainings that explain to you more about the different certifications, where to look for the opportunities, more on the federal level. So you take advantage of assisting to one of our training webinars for you to be able to find more information. As far as the certifications in the state, we have the minority business enterprise, disadvantaged business enterprise, or a small business enterprise. With all of the certifications, I am able, especially for the Montgomery County businesses, to be able to walk you on the one-on-one meeting to complete the application, or if it is that yearly time for review, we can also assist you on that. Furthermore, veteran business owners are invited to participate in the new Maryland Veteran-Owned Small Business Enterprise Program, and I am sharing the link here for you guys. Capability statement. This is something that is constantly mentioned during government contracting, so we want to make sure that each of the businesses here is prepared with a one-page, generally speaking, capability statement, which would highlight the core competencies. You can share your past performance, your key differentiators from your competitors. You would want to ensure that there is some basic brief description of your company, share your DUNS number, your case code, your NAICS code. You want to list all of the different minority certifications that your business might hold. And then I share through this link, there is a template that you can use to be able to develop your capability statement. There are different resources that are available to you. You have the Maryland Business Resource for Government Contracting. You have Maryland Government Contracting Guide and the Do's and Don'ts for contracting with the government. All these are great resources that I recommend that each of you take the time to check and review and take advantage of. As far as other resources, as has been shared here, you have Maryland PTAC, you have the Montgomery County Central Vendor Registration System, the eMaryland Marketplace, and ensure that you are attending different networking opportunities. So thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat.
Thank you, Nadia. That was great. And we can highly recommend that you use the Maryland SBDC's services. They are sort of our sister organization. They handle all the general business stuff, and then they send you over to us for procurement help. So we work together all the time. So thank you for that. If there are any other questions, now's your time to ask, and we have a couple of minutes left in the presentation. If there's anything that you would like to be clarified or anything you think we missed out one of your questions, let me show you the presenters name, remind you the presenters names again so that you can see that. So let's have a look and say, no, I don't see anything. All right, well, it looks like we can wrap up. So I'd like to thank everybody so much for participating. I hope you got a lot of great information out of this. I will be sending out the slide deck, and you will be able to see, review all the information again and look at all those links. And this, of course, was recorded, and the replay will be available by tomorrow on our YouTube channel. I will send out the link for that as well. Don't forget, your PTAG counselor is waiting to help you. If you are registered and you need help, just reach out. If you have never been counseled, please go to our website and complete the application. So to all our speakers, I'd like to say great big thank you so much for giving such valuable information to the small business community. And to our audience, I'd like to say thanks again. And we hope to see you on a future PTAG webinar. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.